Hey, good morning, everybody, man. It's your boy Sarge, man. It's Sunday, and I survived this weekend, man. That's what's happening. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day, man. Hopefully, everybody's having a good. Oh, by the way, the clocks went forward, man. So, yeah, your boy got caught up in that, man. But hopefully, everybody's having a great Sunday, man. Hopefully, everybody's getting back on the way, coming home from Daytona, man. Daytona Beach Bike Week. We survived. So, let everybody know that we're on this morning. I got some things to say, some things to talk about. Y'all know Sarge, man. I got some stuff to say, man. So hang in there, man. Tell everybody we're on. All right, man. As I said again, man, happy Sunday, man. Let's do this, man. Before we even get this thing started, let's do this real quick if you guys don't mind. Let's give the Lord a round of applause for waking us up this morning. Let's do that, man. I heard somebody say one time, man, if you think you're having a bad day, skip one. Yeah, I don't want to do that one, bro. I got things to do, places to go, and people to see. You feel me? Hey, so man, hey, let me do this right off the rip. This morning, my man, Adrian Carter, man, took out I-10 to the end. He left Santa Monica Pier on his way to Jacksonville, Florida. If you guys hadn't done so, also, if you guys hadn't already done so, please take the time on the Iron Elite page, shout him out, man. Give him a round of applause. Let's support him. Let's pray for him. Let's. Oh, by the way, man, if he's giving some good information out there to you, feel free, man, to cash out my man a tank of gas, man. So let's show him as much love as humanly possible while he's getting on the ground, aka New Negro, man. Adrian Carter, man. So he's on the road. As a matter of fact, the last I checked before I came on live, my guy is pulling up on Phoenix, Arizona, man. So he doing this thing. And he said, oh, by the way, it's cold out here. So when he was coming through the mountains, man, it was still cold in the morning. So for all my I-10 to the end riders, hey, man, it might be getting close to spring, but in the mountains, it ain't spring, player. So please make sure you got your heated gear together. Please make sure you got your heated gloves, boots, socks, and all the things that you need, all your layers that you need to make this ride, because I've got quite a few riders that are coming out the gate over the next 2 to 3 weeks, man. So, hey, man, so again, for all my riders who are getting ready to take off to do their thing, please take the time to go back through the Iron Elite page, man, or through the YouTube channel to check out some of the videos that we had, cold weather riding, bad weather riding, and also from the riders like Pap and Big Frizz, who just made the ride, about a couple weeks ago, man. They've got some good info in there for you guys. So please take the time to check that stuff out, man, because we want to make sure everybody has a safe, efficient ride. Let's see. As far as other I-10 to the end items, I know when I was down in Daytona yesterday, people was like, hey, Sarge, hey, man, I want to get an extra shirt. Sarge, I want to get an extra patch or keychain certificate, whatever. If you've got a verified ride through I-10 to the end, you can go on the link, and the link is in the featured section of the Iron Elite page. If you can't find it, let me know. Just shoot me an inbox, and I'll shoot you the link. And you can go on the link and be able to get anything that you would like to get as it pertains to I-10 to the end. You know, I know some of my riders who made the ride a couple years ago. So we did have all the cool merch and all that type of stuff when you first made the ride. But you're highly qualified to be able to come and get that stuff. We have the certificate. We have the keychain for the key fob, the I-10 to the end patch. It's a miniature patch that that's hooked onto a keychain. Looks just like your patch, but it's a small rubber patch that goes onto your key fob. So we have that. We have the I-10 to the end, the Black Rider shirt. Let's see, did I miss anything? The certificate itself. And the certificate is a very cool, nice certificate. And it actually has your ride serial number on it. That serial number that's connected to you. So it has that as well, and the date of your ride and all kind of cool stuff. It's a really nice certificate. So you can go on to the link and get whatever merch that you need. And if you got any questions about it, I'll be more than happy to talk you through that and get you guys squared away. So that's I-10 to the end stuff, man. Let's, again, Adrian Carter, man, let's support him. Let's cheer for him. Let's, oh, by the way, let's give him a round of applause. Hey, he's getting it too, man. And hey, man, Adrian, don't worry about it, man. I ain't gonna tell everybody how fast you ride, player. I ain't gonna do that, but he riding good. He ain't playing no games with it. Also, for the Iron Elite side, for those folks who wasn't able to get to Iron Elite 2024, we have on the merch line, on the merch store, we still have Iron Elite shirts, Iron Elite patches, as well as the poker chips. Just hit the link. We got a link for that as well. If you can't find the link, don't worry. I'll send it to you. But hit the link and order. If you want some of that stuff, it'll be shipped to your door, no problems. We don't have a ton of stuff left, but we do have some on the patches and the poker chips. The shirts, I can get to you pretty quick and get it shipped to your house, no big deal. So if you're interested in that stuff, reach out, let me know. We got you covered, no problem at all. So I think I've kind of covered it all, other than, oh, by the way, man, let's share the page. I need you guys' help, man. Let's share the page. The page is in the description on Facebook, as well as in the description title on the YouTube channel as we speak. Let's share it with a friend. Let's make comments on the page. Let's shoot the page a sub, man, because we're trying to build the page. We're trying to get the algorithms up for YouTube, man, to be able to push this content out to everybody, man. I know I have some hardcore followers that follow what we do on the Iron Elite podcast, but I want you to be able to share that with a friend, man. And I want everybody to understand, and I'm going to break that down. Matter of fact, that's a good transition right now. I was down in Daytona Saturday morning, or let me say I got down there about noontime because, oh, by the way, Sarge got one of these night jobs, man. You got to get a little bit of sleep before you get on the ground. Safety first. And oh, by the way, we're going to have a podcast show on the 10th, not the 10th, but Tuesday. Shaquila Buster is going to be coming on and talking about drowsy riding, man. So we're going to have some cool stuff. So, oh, by the way, if you don't know, tune in for that. But Sarge, I get down there about noontime, and I was talking to quite a few folks while I was down to the Speedway, and somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, Sarge, man, I got a question or two for you." I said, "Shoot, what you got?" He said, "Man, I've seen the whole Iron Elite get down. You know, I was around back in 2014 when, Iron Elite, Harley would, give out some patches and, we'd have a little event and they have some hot dogs and burgers and, folks get a patch and, it was good to go. It was just, I was told that it was Harley's partnership, so to speak, with the Rider of Color. Is that still the same?" I said, "Nope." "Really?" I said, "Yeah." I said, when I came into the program, I asked those same questions, and the answers that I got, I wasn't very comfortable with them. I walked away saying, "What?" I wasn't very comfortable with them. So long story short, over some time, when I got involved with the program, I decided that we're going to give it a new mission. We're going to give it a new meaning. And the new meaning is it's home of the most elite, the most unusual motorcycle riders across the country. It's those riders who ride, who are dare to be different, to be the greatest motorcycle riders humanly possible. Those riders are so extreme that they don't need a reason to get on their motorcycle and ride their motorcycle at their greatest level. Now, your greatest level could be K Solos. Your greatest level couldn't be whoever. Somebody who rides one time a year across the country, or one time a year to Sturgis, or one time a year to whatever, but they love riding their motorcycles. They don't need a reason other than just to ride. And they're striving to be the best that they can be at riding motorcycles. Iron Elite is going to be home for the most elite motorcycle riders in the country. Hopefully one day in the world. And our mission statement is to be able to encourage, to be able to motivate, to be able to teach through our Each One Teach One platforms, the next man, the next woman to be the best motorcycle riders they can be. Now, the Iron Elite event is in February. And in February is this thing called Black History Month. And to be honest with you, man, I'm about done with Black History Month, to be honest with you. Now, I won't let my politics get ahead of me, because Black history is American history, and American history is 365 days out of the year. But for the sake of this, we put it in the home of February for the event paying tribute to Black history. But that's one singular event. But Iron Elite is 365. It's 365. So after him and I had that conversation and we talked about it, he goes, wow, man, I can appreciate that. I can respect that. I said, well, man, there's more to come. I'm telling you, there is more to come. We're going to be the place where motorcycle riders and enthusiasts want to be around all the time, because all we're talking about and teaching is motorcycle riding at its greatest level. All we're going to be doing is supporting and loving on one another, and in trying to increase the unity, because we understand in the unity is the real strength in what we do. It doesn't matter if Sarge rides all over America by himself. It doesn't. But it matters if Sarge teaches and inspires others to do the same thing. And then the next man, the next woman does the same thing. Then we're changing a community, a motorcycle riding community. So, man, that's what I'm going to say on that, man. Iron Elite is the home of the most extreme and enthusiastic motorcycle riders in the country, and one day the world. That's our target, and that's what we're doing, and I'm going to continue that mission. So I'm going to say that as well, but also I'm going to speak on, and I'm going to transition, I'm going to speak on this, man. GQ. Lord have mercy. GQ bad, man. If you don't know GQ, you better get to know GQ, because I'm going to tell you, after a while, man, 3, 4, 5 years from now, hey, man, we might have to get hold of GQ's people who gets hold of his people to get hold of his people to get hold of GQ. You feel me? Because GQ is doing some awesome things, man. And truth being told, I went down to Daytona to support my man GQ. Most people know me. Sarge don't really... I go to Daytona, but I don't go to Daytona like that. But GQ made me get out the bed and go see what's cracking, to go see what's going on. And I knew when GQ was going to be down there. And Tiffany Renee was down there as well. I didn't get a chance to see her down there, but she was down there as well. Both of those guys are doing their thing. But GQ, the baddest, the coldest vlogger in the game today, man. Bro, that is no hyperbole. That is no cap. That dude can tell a story better than no other. He can inspire you from his rides to want to get up off the couch, to be able to get out your office chair, to get on a bike and go see the world. And if you hadn't checked him out on his YouTube, man, go check him out. Just GQ on his YouTube channel. Go check him out. or go check him out on his Facebook platforms. The dude is doing his thing. So I get down there, man. I roll up on GQ, and I'm at the Daytona. I don't know if they call it the International Speedway. I think they call it Daytona International Speedway now. Now, I grew up a couple hours down from Daytona here in Jacksonville. So I've seen the Daytona, and I've seen all the things at the Daytona Motor Speedway. I've actually taken a tour of the Motor Speedway, the wife and I. And if you haven't taken a tour of it, man, take that time to do it, man. It was very, very cool. When I get to the track, and baby, that traffic was a mother getting into there. It was people, it was bikes from bikes. What it was those say? It was bikes on bikes on bikes coming in there. But traffic was orchestrated, was set up well, was coned off. Man, shout out to Daytona, man. I'm not part of the Daytona Chamber of Commerce, but Daytona did their thing, man. They really did. They did their thing with that. So we get in, I pull into the Daytona Speedway, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, because parking is right up front in prime real estate. Oh, they finna take your head off with parking right now. Your head finna come smooth off. So I hit up, hey, man, and I'm thinking, oh, man, I got to go to the ATM and go turn back around because I don't know if they use Cash App or debit cards or whatever. So I hit GQ up on a text saying, man, how much is the parking hitting for? Free big, bro. Huh? At Daytona Motor Speedway, parking is free. Winning. So I get my behind on in there, and, man, I get a front row spot. Right? Just no place from where the main stage is. A nice, cool, shaded spot. It ain't cost your brother a dime. And the way that they had traffic going in and out of the event, the Harley-Davidson event, was the coolest, man. Everything was laid out. It was so well done with the cones and the borders. And so they had motorcycle lanes and walking lanes. And everything was set up properly. They had some of the coolest vendors out there. Vance and Hines, stereo guys. They had, I want to say, probably over 100 new bikes on display. Everything from Harley-Davidson CVOs to the smaller street bikes to the Pan American to road glides to street glides. And they had quite a few of them tricked out and specialized, but they had everything that you could want to see on the Harley-Davidson motorcycle line. So I get up to GQ. He's up there at his meet and greet stage. And if you think GQ playing, man, I'm telling you, Harley did their thing. They supported your boy, man. I know people might have the criticism, oh, man, they don't support it. Yeah, they did. They supported GQ. I don't know what he's doing that's special, but he's doing something right. And he was up there. The staff was very friendly. People were coming up, taking pictures. You know, other influencers were up there. Man, it was like a who's who at his event. And I'm gonna just say this, man, and I'm gonna let this go on that portion of the topic. His thing was fly, man. And he needs us to support him so he can continue to do what he's doing for us. Because if anybody thinks GQ is just doing that for himself, I don't know, man. I felt a chill that ran down my spine because I could see how inspired this young brother was with bringing what we do to the next level. So I challenge us to change our thought process just a little bit. Instead of saying, well, what they're going to do for us? Well, who's going to give back to us? Because we give so much to them. Let's give to us. Let's show them what we can do, because there really is strength in unity. There's strength in numbers. So if you hadn't done it today, man, let's go shoot GQ out of attaboy, a salute. Bruh, I see what you're doing. And we got your back, man. So that's all I'm going to say to that, man. And let me give GQ this real quick. On the other hand, man, I got to go down to the quote-unquote black side of Daytona Beach. I don't know if we need to call it the black side no more either. I don't know. I'm going to come up with a better term for that. But we're going to stop this black side, white side. But we went down to BCC, Bethune-Cookman College, or Bethune-Cookman University, I think they call it now, down on MLK Way, man. So we got a chance to hang out down there. Beautiful time. I could see the love down there. I could see the peace down there. I could see it was just celebratory. People were hugging. People were taking pictures. People were doing their thing. I could hear the smells of soul food, jerk food, barbecue, seafood, everything. And man, it made me really feel well. It really made me feel good about what we were doing and how things were done. Now, I'm going to just tell you this, man. I was really turned off about Daytona for quite a few years. And I was in the camp of like, tickets, traffic, foolishness, tomfoolery, crazy stuff, debauchery. But man, what I saw yesterday was the opposite of all that stuff. I saw a lot of fun. I saw a lot of peace. I saw a lot of love. And again, if you're going to critique when things are not so hot, that's praise when things are hot. And I got to give it 100. Things were hot Saturday. Things were good. Now, I did see a lot of police. There was a lot of popo down there on the black side. I get to keep it 100 with you. But I saw peace. And I saw police walking around, not like they were police in a military state, but as if they were part of what was going on, trying to keep people safe. Because you got motorcycles riding on that small strip, and you got people that are crossing over the road, people walking around. You know, people are drinking, people are eating, and people are talking and video. So a lot of people are not paying attention to what they're doing. So there's some safety things that come into play as well. But I saw the police down there acting in a way that they were making sure everything stayed safe. Not necessarily trying to keep everybody in line, but trying to keep everybody safe because there are a lot of traffic concerns. Daytona, man, there's tens of thousands of motorcycles that come into a town. If you haven't been to Daytona, Daytona's not a very big city. So when you got tens of thousands of motorcycles that comes into a small city at one small time and place, there are a lot of concerns that you have to be concerned about. Keeping the community safe, keeping the riders safe, keeping traffic flowing, make sure that you don't have fatalities because everybody's doing everything all over every place. And oh, by the way, the majority of the bikers that are in Daytona for that weekend or that week are not from Daytona. So everybody's got their own style of riding. So shout out to those guys. Again, they get some bad credit. Sometimes it's due. But also they should get an attaboy when they're doing some great things for us in our motorcycle community of color, you dig? So again, man, I ain't gonna be on here long, but I'm gonna say, man, my mind got changed about Daytona this weekend. Now, full disclosure, Sarge didn't stay up there tonight because, man, look, I'm old, man. I don't do all that stuff no more, man. God made sidewalks for old folks. He made the streets for young folks. I done had my time in the street, man. Mine, I'm just about people now. Not as much about the party as I am about the people. Plus, that rain coming up 95 was so disrespectful yesterday evening. So for everybody who had to ride in that crazy weather, shout out to Piper, man. Piper, I know you took a butt whipping this day. Shout out to you trying to get back. And safe ride to Piper because I know she was trying to kind of manipulate that thing because there were going to be a lot of snow in West Virginia when she was coming out that way. So, you know, prayers, thoughts go out to Piper. Ride safe, Piper. Don't be afraid to hold up if you have to. But again, like I said, I didn't get a chance to see the night portion of it. Next year, I think I will come because I want to see the difference between the night and the day. But I saw nothing but greatness between our people. I didn't see, as Sale would affectionately call it, I didn't see patch policing. And there were quite a bit of outlaws down there, as well as 99s and independents or civilians. And I saw everybody seem like they were getting along, man, and I appreciate that. Very cool. Now, hopefully after I make this video, I won't get a text and say, Sarge, it was a bunch of crazy. I hadn't heard anything. That's why I kind of delayed this video to make sure that I didn't get yikes. That's what just happened. So it was all good, man. So again, I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. We're not going to be on here too much longer, but I'm going to say this, man. Daytona, salute. Attaboy to you. Let me do this. You put on a nice event down there this weekend, man. I don't know, maybe if it was the people that kept complaining about Daytona and about they didn't like us and they don't appreciate our money and those type of things. Well, maybe they listen. Maybe they listen, man, because I didn't see a lot of crazy stuff on the money gouging and that type of stuff. And like I said, I didn't see a lot of crazy stuff with police pulling bikes over left and right. And they could have. You know, I'm only one person riding one boulevard at a time, but I didn't see it. And I know guys were riding and doing their thing, and I saw people riding motorcycles down there wearing stuff Sarge would never wear. I'm just saying, man, if you rocking, do your thug thizzle, man. I seen people down there rocking with flip-flops on and tank tops and boy shorts and booty shorts and no helmet and barely wearing decent eye protection. I mean, hey, God bless you, man, but I'm going to just tell you, when you know better, do better. Please ride to stay alive, man, because if you ain't wearing a lid, you know, you flirt, you're riding with the devil, man. I'm just going to say that, and we're going to speak about that next week, man. But everybody ride their ride, and you do your thing. So with that being said, man, just a couple news and notes. Again, I-10 to the end. If you need to register, if you would love to share your ride with us, get on the link, man. If you need the link, inbox me, text me. I'll get you the link. The link is also in the featured section of the Iron Elite page. I also have the link now on the YouTube page. So we're going to have all that stuff in the description title, so it shouldn't be hard to find. But if you would love to share your ride with us, if you think you have something to teach us with your ride, man, please register with us. It works best if it's 30 days, in advance. And I'm going to tell you why that helps me better. Because also, I ride motorcycles too, man. So there's going to be times that between Sarge's day job, because, oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys know it or not, Iron Elite doesn't pay Sarge's mortgage. It doesn't. Iron Elite is my passion. It's a nonprofit. It's my passion. How Sarge pays his bills is by going to work. And Mrs. Sarge will attest to that. I'll tell you that now. So, again, taking it back to that, if you guys would give me 30 days, that helps the wife to get you on the schedule to assure that I'm either going to be there for the launching of your ride or for the receiving you coming in on your ride. Now, if you can't give me a 30 days heads up, I'll live with it and we'll work with it the best that we can. But 30 days is optimal for us to give us the best chance to be 100%. If all of a sudden you get a time and your boss says, hey, I'm going to let you off next week, and you go, huh? And then all of a sudden you decide to say, hey, man, I'm finna get on the road. Sarge, I'm going to do I-10 to the end. Hey, man, come on. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. And we'll make it do what it do. No problem at all. If you register, you can register 4 or 5 months in advance, no problem. Get yourself registered, get everything set, we get you on the calendar. And say, for instance, things change. Something happens in life. All of a sudden, you have to reschedule. Man, ain't no problem. We'll give you a rain check up to 365 days from the initial date that you were registered to ride. No problem, man. We want to see you make the ride. That's not a problem at all. And I understand also, man, because I have it happen all the time. I'm going to tell you this, man. If you register as a group, and I just recently had this happen, you rescue, excuse me, dang pollen and sinuses this morning. If you register as a group, and it's 5, 6, 7, 8 of you guys that are going to make the ride, I'm just going to tell you now, be real. Understand that 8 of you guys are going to register. Probably 3 of you guys, 4 of you guys are going to make the ride. So just be prepared. Don't worry about it. Be prepared to make your ride. Don't be prepared to make your ride as long as everybody else ride. Because if you do that, you will never make your ride. I promise you that. So be prepared. Some people started off going to ride with 6. They end up riding by with me, myself, and I. And that's the realistic thing. I was told by some folks sometimes, this was many, many years ago, somebody said, I think it was Sail and Black Dragon said, motorcycling is an individual sport with team players. Believe that. Motorcycling, first and foremost, is an individual sport. On occasion, you get team players to ride along with you. So be prepared to understand what it is. No problem at all. And for those who have made the ride, or those who like to support the ride, PIFs are encouraged, welcome, and applauded. PIF is just an acronym for Pay It Forward. And what happens if you like to donate for a PIF, you can do it. And some people have got really, really sophisticated with it and said, hey, Sarge, I want to pay the registration for 2 riders coming from the West Coast to the East Coast. Done, no problem. You just put on what you want and how you want it done. And if it's realistic and we can do it, we'll do it. We give you the credit for that. We also let those riders know, the next riders that are available, that are getting ready to register, hey, your ride is a PIF by this person. This person paid for your ride for you to make the ride. No problem at all. I've got some PIFs that husband and wife teams are doing. I think Soldiers United is sponsoring some of their folks for husband and wife teams to go across I-10 to the end. I've got some PIFs for all females. I've got some PIFs for East Coast to West Coast. I've got some PIFs for North Carolina riders. So if we can do it and it's feasible, we'll take a PIF through your sponsorship and we'll make sure the appropriate riders get it. No problem at all. So that's all I have to say on PIFs. I think I've covered as much as I need to cover today. Again, I got some real cool folks on with us today. Freds, what's happening? Good morning or good afternoon. Low Key, the smartest man I know in the motorcycle community, bar none. I'm just saying. Low Key is the smartest dude out there, man. I don't care what nobody say. Russ, what's happening? Pastor Retro, what's good? So, man, I've had some guys that come to rock with us today. I appreciate it because I know you guys could be anywhere, spending your time any place, but you chose to spend a little bit of time with Sarge. But I'm going to say this, man. If I got a light and I light your light and you light the next person light, we don't lose no light. We just get more light in the room. Let's stop getting out of more big me and little you and start getting into more of us, because big us is the strength of the future, I'm telling you now. And if we're not moving forward in what we're doing in these campaigns, we're done. I'm going to just say this. You can't keep saying what they're not doing when you're not doing. Hopefully I ain't step on no toes today. Stop saying what they're not doing when you're not doing. If you do, especially in this each one teach one, you'll be surprised what the next man does or the next woman does because they've seen what you do. Not what you said, but what you do. I'm just going to leave it like that, man. Shout out to K Solo. Ride home safe, sir. Reef, Piper, Shady, GQ. Shout out to you guys, man. Good seeing you guys this weekend. It was an awesome thing, man. So I think it's time for me to go and get some yard work in, man. I appreciate you guys' time. And in the meantime, and in between time, Keep it motorcycling, you dig?
This is the Mileage Bully, the Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here. You dig?
Hey y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite podcast. You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is.
I know. But Sarge, that's too far to ride on a motorcycle. But Sarge, what if your back get tired? Well, Sarge, what if I get lost? I know what you're getting ready to say. Hey, Sarge, why you always have to play all that slow music? Man, I know I can't help it, man. But that fast rap music y'all listen to today give me heart murmurs. But hey, man, it's the Iron Elite Podcast Show where we keep it motorcycling, you dig?